Hi, everyone, and happy Monday. Welcome to the Northern Kentucky Spotlight Podcast presented by CVG. I'm your host, Sarah Brookbank. Thank you to our podcast sponsors, CVG, our title sponsor, C-Crew Consulting, our digital sponsor, and our episode sponsor, Haran. Today on the podcast, we are spotlighting Y'all Cafe, a brand new restaurant that just opened in River Center, Covington. Lindsey, Griffith, the catering manager of Y'all Hospitality Group, will be joining us to talk about the atmosphere, menu, and what to expect the next time you visit. On NKY at Work, Nancy Spivey is going to be joined by Natalie Ruppert, the manager of career and job services for the Kenton County Public Library. She's talking with us about the Northern Kentucky Accountability Group and how that organization could help you find your next job. We have a handful of great events coming up here at the NKY Chamber soon, so let me tell you a little bit about those. Eggs and Issues Regional Economic Outlook is going to take place on Tuesday, November 15th. Join us for the annual look at where our regional and national economy is headed in the new year. You can learn more about economic factors and trends that are going to impact your business in 2023. Also coming up soon is the NKYP Lunchtime Leader Chat featuring Chris Cook of TKOR Holdings. That event is going to be on Wednesday, November 16th. The 2022 Next Generation Leader Award winner, Chris Cook, will be joining us to talk about his career journey, including how he has been able to quickly scale his businesses, why he chooses to do business in Northern Kentucky, and the advice he has for emerging leaders building their own careers. You can register for both of those great events at nkychamber.com/events. Now, let's go hear from our sponsors and meet our members of the week, and we will meet you guys back here with our guests.
CVG Airport is the lowest fare airport in the tri-state region with 54 nonstop flights and direct international service to 7 destinations, including Paris, France, and now home to both DHL's and Amazon's global cargo hubs. The airport is furthering its position as leader in aviation and is deeply committed to being an economic driver for the community. You can learn more and start your next adventure at cvgairport.com.
Ranking on Google Search and Maps is easy to understand, but hard to do. It requires constant effort and attention, uploading new photos, responding to Google reviews, writing weekly posts, and checking suggested updates. Google listing optimization takes experience and time, and there are no shortcuts. C-Crew gives your Google My Business account the steady, consistent attention it needs to be effective, optimizing, updating, and expanding critical content every single week. From local retail stores to large regional networks, C-Crew generates content, establishes benchmarks, and creates dramatic, measurable increases in engagement. So what can C-Crew do for your business? More calls, more clicks, more clients.
Congratulations to our members of the week. You can learn more about these businesses by following the Northern Kentucky Chamber on social media, where we will highlight one of these businesses each day. Now, let's meet our members of the week. ProLift Toyota Material Handling offers a full line of material handling solutions, including new, used, and rental equipment, service parts, and more. Broker Brothers & Co. is an independent insurance agency here to help you find the best insurance at the lowest cost. Analytics That Profit helps clients by conducting a deep analysis of their website analytics to see what's really going on. Trophy Awards is grateful to be serving Northern Kentucky and beyond for nearly 40 years by empowering people to impact others through celebration. Wild Labs makes healthcare more accessible and convenient by combining telemedicine and urgent care services into one experience.
Hi everyone, I am joined by Lindsey Griffith. She is the catering manager of Y'all Hospitality, and we are here today to talk about Y'all Cafe, which just opened. So Lindsey, thank you for joining the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, so tell us a bit about Y'all Cafe.
So Y'all Cafe, we just opened officially last week. We did start running the new menu about a week before that, just to kind of get some feedback, see what was taken well and what wasn't within the building. Obviously everything went over really well, so we were super excited. And it's just been a wild ride. We've been just going with it and enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, and you guys are located in River Center, so it's a really great location. Tell us a little bit about your menu, because I know that's something a lot of people in Covington look for, like walkability and like a quick place to grab a bite. So tell us a little bit about your offerings.
Yeah, so the menu really is kind of a mixture of like Southern food as well as your healthy food. We serve breakfast and lunch all day long. So that's kind of nice too. We do serve a lot of breakfast all the way up until 2 o'clock. People really like to eat breakfast throughout the day. So that seems to be pretty popular. But we have everything from, we have quiche that apparently is pretty popular. I didn't realize that quiche was such a popular thing, but it is. So we're kind of famous for that. And then we also have burgers that are phenomenal. We have a standard, burger that's on the menu all the time, and then we have a weekly special that people get pretty excited about. And then we have, a variety of salads, and then light breakfast options, things like that. So it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, and tell us a little bit about how Y'all Cafe came to be.
So Y'all Cafe was, we just realized that the restaurant needed to be kind of updated and kind of like a refresh. We did want to do a little bit of a separation with the Butler's Pantry on site to kind of just give us a little bit more of an independent, kind of stand out a little bit more. Y'all Cafe is ran by Y'all Hospitality. And then obviously one of the slogans for Covington is where Y'all means all. Mm-hmm. So it kind of all just kind of seemed like common sense. And plus, I get to say y'all whenever I want, which makes my life easier.
Y'all is definitely like a huge part of my vernacular. So
right.
It's very convenient.
Yeah. So we just noticed that that the business is actually starting to pick back up. So it was a great time to kind of announce ourselves and just kind of take advantage of it. I mean, the convention center is starting to pick back up with the big conventions, and the pantry is getting pretty busy again. So we're pretty excited.
Yeah, that is awesome. And I like that you guys kind of that separation from the restaurant of Butler's Pantry and the grab and go section. So you still have both offerings.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us a little bit about like the differences that people can expect and what people who maybe have been coming for years will still see.
Yeah, so we definitely kept, there were certain things on the menu that a lot of people we know would be not happy if they left. Including the quiche, a couple of the salads, the burgers, the actual, the main component of the burgers hasn't changed. So we did keep, the Southwest chicken bowl is something that everybody really likes. The Waldorf salad is popular. So we kept those items and then just added some new updated refresh type things. So the atmosphere, we just want people to be comfortable. We have, the outdoor dining, which unfortunately is coming to an end, but it's still very pretty out there. And then when that reopens, it gives us a lot more space.
Yeah, and you talked a little bit about the atmosphere. Can you touch on that a little bit more? Because I know that is just, it's such a nice little area for so many different things, not just business people, not just the convention center. It's just something that can be really easily accessible for a lot of people.
Right. So we have, it's kind of like, the city atmosphere because we are, right on the river, but we also have free parking. So that kind of is something that people don't realize. So there's free parking across the street for 2 hours. We validate parking all day long for folks. We have 15-minute parking out in front. If you did order online, you could come in and grab it real quick and run back out. And those are like right in front of the building, so it's quick in, quick out. We also, have the outdoor seating when we can, and we do lots of promotions on our social media sites. We're doing 15% off right now if you wear your Bengals gear on home games. So, if you want to stop in, it's not, it's not just a corporate building. I think there's some misconception. What I'm finding when I'm going to the Convention Visitor Bureau events is that people feel like it's only for the building. Some people didn't even realize that it was open to the public anymore. So yes, we are for sure open to the public. We love for people to come in whenever you want to, after church, before the game, with your family. When you're walking around downtown, you can come in and get a beer, get a drink. We've got one of the biggest bourbon selections in the area. So, we do 2-ounce pours in the cafe. We sell, drinks. We do it all over there. So
yeah, that sounds like so much. And I know that bar is so impressive when you walk in. Do you guys have any like specialty cocktails for the fall, like going into winter that people need to know about?
Well, we do a Bloody Mary bar for brunch. We are expert mimosa makers. Our staff is very well versed in bourbon drinks. They know a lot more about it than I do. But I do know that the bourbon selection is top notch. We have a couple different wines on tap, which I've never seen before. So there's, that's pretty exciting. And like I said, I mean, it's a full bar, so you can come in and just have some drinks, or you can come in and have a full-on meal, whichever you prefer. And then if you like something, you can purchase it across the street or across the atrium and take it home with you.
Yeah, you don't even have to leave the building. You just walk across that little hallway over to Butler's Pantry.
Right, yeah.
It's just such a convenient location.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of people kind of know the location. What's something, if somebody hasn't really been there, what would you say to them to get them to come in and try this for the first time?
The food is amazing. It really is. And the atmosphere is so cool. I mean, I live in Lebanon and I drive every day and I love it and I wouldn't change it for the world. I love coming across the river. I love walking around down there. But the food is so good. I mean, there's really nothing on the menu that I've tried that I haven't been happy with, and everybody, on our staff is super friendly. We all enjoy being there. It's just a nice, comfortable, fun place to come.
Yeah.
If you haven't been there, it's definitely worth trying out.
Yeah, and what is your favorite thing on the menu right now?
My favorite thing on the menu right now is the tots.
The tots. What's special about the tots? I'm a tot person.
I know,
so
and I honestly am not. But these are so good. I know. But these are amazing. They're shaped a little different than your standard tot. They taste absolutely amazing. They are handmade. So there's that. I mean, I don't know how many places hand make their tots, but they are something to be raved about.
Because I like an air fryer tot. Like, it doesn't have to be special for me to like it. So
right. Yeah.
They're
They're very good. When I tried them, I was like, oh, Lord, I don't need to like these.
It's just like inconvenient, but the food is so good.
Yeah, but I really do. They're very good. They're very, very good.
Yeah. And so another thing, so you're the catering manager of all of y'all hospitality, and one of the things, especially in the Covington area, a lot of companies do carry out lunches for employees, for meetings and stuff. Do you guys have options like that for people to order from?
We do, yeah. We will actually deliver catering to anyone in the immediate Covington area. And if they're outside of that delivery area, we can set up your catering and to-go services. You can come and pick it up. It'll be all packaged up for you, and you can take it away. And that's definitely something that I enjoy and I didn't know was even an option. I mean, we do cater inside the building, obviously, but we drive around. I mean, I deliver catering to a couple of the law offices in the area, a couple of the different apartment buildings when people are having social events, and they really enjoy it. And the catering menu really is a great combination of both places, along with some specialized things that are, more catered to catering. So that's definitely something that's pretty cool. If there's something not on the menu that you wanted, we can, talk about specializing things like that. But yes, we will deliver catering in Covington. And if you are outside of Covington, you can come and pick it up, and I'll be there waiting to hand it to you.
Well, that sounds like so much fun. It sounds like a lot of really great options for people looking for breakfast or lunch or kind of a brunch style thing. I am definitely a breakfast for lunch kind of girl.
Yeah.
So I love that you guys have that option. And Lindsey, before I let you go, is there anything else that you would like to share with our listeners and our viewers about Y'all Cafe?
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty active on our social media pages. We're doing our best to get them to grow. Again, they were kind of sharing a page and everything's been separated. So y'allcaferivercenter.com is the new website. It's Y'all Cafe RC on Facebook and Instagram. And you can also get to both places from every website, and you can see the catering menu on each website. So everything's still kind of linked together, but they do have their own pages, so it's kind of nice. So we would love for you guys to go there and check us out. Come in person and check us out. I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Well, Lindsey, thank you again so much for joining the podcast. I hope some of our listeners and viewers check you guys out soon.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Nancy Spivey, Vice President of Talent Strategies for the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce. And on today's NKY at Work segment, we are going to talk to Natalie Ruppert. Natalie is the Manager of Career and Job Services Division for the Kenton County Public Library. Natalie, let's talk about the Northern Kentucky Accountability Group. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure, Nancy, and thank you for the invitation to be here this morning.
Sure.
I'm very happy. The Northern Kentucky Accountability Group is Kenton County Public Library's job search support group for professional people that are in career transition, people interested in re-entering the workforce after some kind of gap, are people that are simply maybe unhappy where they currently are and kind of want to look at something different. Basically, the group meets every Wednesday from 9:15 till 11:30 at the Erlanger Library. We have a speaker every week who talks about some aspect of the job search that we don't do regular classes on. Really cool speakers. A lot of community leaders speak for us. And that is followed by what we call the NKYG Roundtable, which is our networking session where people have an opportunity to introduce themselves, tell us what kind of the job or career they're interested in, and we kind of all jump in and help them with resources that are available to help them. Really over 530 people now who have participated in the program have found jobs in the last 3.5 years.
Wow.
So very excited about it.
That's very impressive. So how
Thanks.
many years has it been around?
6 at this point in
6,
time.
okay.
So when we first started, it was just a small group of 6 to 10 people who gathered together to hold themselves accountable in the status of their job search. And I was asked to take that over by the Kentucky Career Center. We are a partner with them in the community. And we recognized that there was a lack of resources for professionals in career transition, and set out to try and supplement that, which we have over the years.
That's great. So if I'm an employer and I want to get in front of the professionals in transition, how do I do that?
If you're an employer, there's a couple different things you can do. If you have like job openings, a lot of them, reach out to us. We're always welcome to have an employer come do a brief presentation about the openings they have at their companies. They can come set up a table. They can bring laptops. We have easy access to the internet. They can meet people one-on-one with their resumes at the group, and they can either email me. My email is natalie.ruppert@kentonlibrary.org. Call me, or they can go to our website, which is kentonlibrary.org, career services, and then just click on the NKYG group.
Great. We'll make sure we have that information up on the screen. So
Skip some words.
a couple of other things that I wanted to ask about was all of these services and all of this network that you provide. This, number one, isn't typical of libraries, I think. And number two, how much does it cost for the employer, the job seeker? Give me some details on all of that.
Okay, great. For those of you that don't know this yet, Kenton County is very proud of its reputation as the #1 library system in the state of Kentucky. We are also ranked 9th in the United States out of 6,000 libraries our size, and we were recently recognized by the Chief Operating Officers of Public Libraries, otherwise known as COSLA, as one of the top 10 workforce development programs in the country.
Wow.
And the reason for that is over time we've developed a whole series of classes and a process that helps people put their best foot forward in the process of their job search. Anybody can find a job, but our goal is to help people maximize their earning potential as well as their happiness and whatever they're going to be doing. You know, everyone's situation is different at any time. And when I say classes, this whole series of programs that we have are all taught by instructors that we consider subject matter experts in their specific area.
Mm-hmm.
The library, when we talk about free, we pay our instructors a fee to teach the classes for our patrons, our participants that are coming in. So it's free to them, but they never have to worry about something trying to sell them something. And because the instructors are all subject matter experts in their areas, we don't record the classes. We are constantly updating the content to keep up with what's happening in the workplace so people know when they're attending, they're getting the best possible information out there. That's making a big difference. Anyone can participate. They just need a Kenton County Public Library card, free with a photo ID to anyone who lives in Kentucky or the greater Cincinnati area. We have people coming from all over the place, very much supporting our local economy here. However, one of the newer things that happened, one of the silver linings of COVID, is we did run the group via Zoom for well over a year. And when we were able to come back and meet in person, our executive director, Dave Schroeder, decided to fund the money to provide us a Zoom camera. So now people can also join virtually. So we are now getting a lot of people interested in relocating to our area, join the group virtually. They can learn all about our local resources. We're very much connected with our community partners. An out-of-state library card is basically a one-time fee of $50 with us, but then you have it for life. We're also getting a lot of people who maybe have a significant other, spouse, find a job locally, and maybe the trailing partner or spouse now needs to also find a job here, so we're open to that as well.
I'll tell you, that's wonderful. It's great news for somebody like me that knows we need to build more population growth into Northern Kentucky, so having the ability to provide this service to people outside of our region is wonderful, and then offering it free to people in our region, even if you're not in Kenton County. I mean, I think most people probably don't realize if I'm not a Kenton County resident, I can still access these resources.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's wonderful.
Open to all. A couple things I wanted to point out too is we have people participating in the group from all kinds of industries, from law, from healthcare, in IT, in marketing, in finance, you name it. We have a lot of veterans who leave the service that come and participate. We have people who have left, six-figure jobs through no fault of their own, through a reorganization or restructuring at a company. We have several people who have been out of the workforce for a long time. We've had one woman who is out, basically a stay-at-home mom for 20 years, re-engaging. She's now looking at going back to work in a STEM career, as well as people who maybe were doing something that like teaching, for example. We're seeing a lot of teachers interested in changing careers that are just not quite happy with what they're currently doing and want to do something else. So wanted people to be aware of that too. So that's all good.
One of the best things that I know I personally love is getting your emails with the success stories. So if I want to receive emails or get on a listserv or something, how do I do that?
You can do two things. First of all, the celebration stories are posted on the Kenton County Public Library's LinkedIn page, and in the NKYG group on LinkedIn. So you can follow Kenton County Public Library on LinkedIn. If you're an employer, you can also join the Northern Kentucky Accountability Group on LinkedIn, post job openings if you like, and you can go to our website, kentonlibrary.org, click on Career Services. Scroll down in the middle of the page, it says subscribe to the weekly email. You can go ahead and sign up right there. So, and it usually comes out every Friday afternoon around 3, give or take the writer being on vacation, which happens every once in a while.
Well, vacations are necessary, we do know that.
Okay.
So give me an idea on a Wednesday, how many people, if I'm an employer and I get in front of the group, how many people might attend those?
Okay, right now we're averaging anywhere from 40 to 45 people in person with 20 to 25 people via Zoom.
Wow.
But the one thing I should qualify that is we have lots of people in various stages of career transition. And we always counsel people to do what is best for them in the course of their job search. So if someone wants you to schedule an interview for a Wednesday morning, you're going to go to the interview. You're not going to come to NKYG. Sure. So although we might have, 75, 80 people participating that way, we have at least 250 people currently participating in all stages. So you sometimes see different people on a weekly basis, depending on when you are coming.
Well, this is great information. Thank you so much, Natalie. Look forward to future conversations and look forward to getting in front of that group soon.
Wonderful. Thank you, Nancy. Thanks for having me.
Hi, I'm Shannon Schumacher, Account Executive, Kentucky Market Leader. At Haran, we champion bold innovation to help employers and individuals thrive. As an industry thought leader, we explore new horizons in healthcare, benefits, employee engagement, and wellness. We work harder to deliver all the strategic benefits, planning, and execution you expect from a true partner. And we do it with laser focus on your short and long-term outcomes to help manage your benefits while improving your employee experience.
Thank you all for tuning into the podcast today. I hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit more about Y'all Cafe and the Northern Kentucky Accountability Group. Thank you again to our podcast sponsors, CVG, C Crew Consulting, and Haran. Don't forget to register for our upcoming events like NKYP Lunchtime Leader Chat and Eggs and Issues at nkychamber.com/events. We have so many great events happening all the time at the Chamber. Don't forget to check those out. Like I said, nkychamber.com/events is one of the best places to find those, but you can also learn more about our events on our social media channels. Finally, if you are a member of the Chamber who would like to be featured on the podcast, or if you're someone who is interested in joining the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, please reach out to Lynn Ablin. And if you're someone who is interested in sharing your workforce strategies and resources on NKY at Work, please reach out to Nancy Spivey. You can find both of their contact information on the screen in front of you or on our staff directory at nkychamber.com. Thank you guys once again for tuning into the podcast. I'll talk to you next week.